If you're just starting out on YouTube or podcasting, you've likely asked the question, what mic to get for my channel or podcast? In this video, we're looking at USB mics versus XLR mics. Welcome to Simple Green Tech, where we do tips, tutorials, and reviews to help you create great digital content. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, including more mic review videos, please consider subscribing. I'm Radio Zane. I'm a professional broadcaster. I work with microphones and audio editing every day. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the pros and cons of USB mics versus XLR mics. And just so you know, I've linked to all of the products that I mentioned in this video down in the description so you can easily check out any of the products at any time you like. Let's look at some of the pros of each. We'll start out with USB mics. Now, one of the biggest pros of USB mics can be the price. Typically, it will cost you a lot less to get into a USB mic, as you don't have to buy an audio interface or any extra cables. This FIFINE K669B mic costs under $30 US, and it gives you great audio quality. But there are higher price USB microphone options out there, like this one right here, the Shure Mv51. It can go for over $200, but it gives you very high quality sound, and it looks pretty cool on your channel too. Another possible plus for USB mics is that a lot of them are compatible with console systems. So if you're a console gamer and you stream and you want a great mic, this could be an option for you to easily set up. Which brings me to the final plus that we'll talk about, the easiness of setting it up. All you have to do is plug it into your computer, your console, or your phone, and you're ready to start recording. It's that easy. You don't need to worry about drivers because typically they install themselves. Now let's look at some of the pros of XLR mics. And the first pro is variety. There are tons of XLR microphones out there. There's condenser mics, dynamic mics, ribbon mics. There are so many XLR microphones out there for you to choose from. Just go on Amazon and search XLR microphone and you'll see what I'm talking about. And pro number two is that you can use external processing, like a preamp or an external mixer, and this can give you a bit more of a professional sound. The next pro is that once you get an audio interface, you can always upgrade your microphone or add microphones. You might have a different microphone for different spaces that you record in, or maybe a different mic for the different content that you create. Another plus to consider for XLR microphones is that audio interfaces can sometimes integrate better with certain audio programs. And this next plus may be a big plus for you. If you have a podcast or a YouTube channel where you talk to more than one person and you need more than one mic, an audio interface gives you multiple inputs. So you can add guests or instruments as needed. And the final pro that we'll look at for XLR microphones is that you can connect them to external hardware recorders, so you don't need a computer to use them. You can connect it to the popular Zoom H4n if you have one, or whatever external hardware recorder you have. But if you have a USB microphone like this one, it connects to your iPhone, so you can turn your iPhone into a hardware recorder. Pretty much the only negative about XLR microphones is the initial cost. You'll have to buy the USB audio interface and the XLR cables to connect it with. However, there are budget options, and of course there are budget options for USB mics as well, and I've linked to some of those budget options in the description below, so you can check those out whenever you like. As far as audio quality goes, this is a matter of preference. You may prefer the sound of an XLR mic over a USB mic, or vice versa. We're going to test a few options right now to show you the differences between XLR mics and USB mics. Now, the first mic that we're going to look at is the FIFINE K669B that I mentioned earlier. This is a test of the FIFINE K669B USB microphone. It's plugged directly into my computer, and the audio has not been edited at all. Now we'll look at this relatively inexpensive XLR microphone. It's the Behringer Xm 8500. This is a test of the Behringer Xm 8500. It's plugged into my FOCUSRITE 2i2 audio interface using an XLR cable. This audio has not been edited. And now we're going to look at a fairly budget-friendly XLR condenser mic. This is the MXL 990. This is a test of the MXL 990 plugged directly into my Focusrite 2i2 audio interface. This audio has not been edited. Now, other than the microphones that we just tested, this whole video has been recorded using this Shure Mv51 USB microphone. So you kind of know how it sounds, but I'll just do the test so we can play them all back to back. This is a test of the Shure Mv51 USB microphone. It's plugged in directly to my computer, and the audio has not been edited. This is a test of the FIFINE K669B USB microphone. It's plugged directly into my computer, and the audio has not been edited at all. This is a test of the Behringer Xm 8500. It's plugged into my Focusrite 2i2 audio interface using an XLR cable. This audio has not been edited. This is a test of the MXL 990 plugged directly into my Focusrite 2i2 audio interface. This audio has not been edited. Now, what it might all come down to is your initial budget. If your initial budget is low, then by all means, go look for a USB microphone and you can get started right away with a low investment. However, if you're starting with a bit of a budget, you might want to look into some XLR and audio interface options. I've linked to those below in the description. Now I want to know, what do you plan on starting with, or what have you started with? An XLR microphone or a USB microphone? And let me know what one it is. I always enjoy hearing what microphones people use. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you'd like to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to the channel. For Simple Green Tech, I'm Radio Zane, and we'll talk soon.